Rambling in the Raw. Okay, this is a coffee that has chocolate in it, milk, and espresso, and whipped cream. So I just wanted to tell you about this turtle too. This turtle is unique because it's made out of turtle shell. And what they do is when they kill the turtles, instead of just using the head part for decorations, they don't want to waste the turtle. So they take the turtle skin and they repurpose it into cute little miniature crafts like this, craftsmanship. So I think that's good, actually. I think people are learning, like when they go out in the wild and they capture animals and they kill them, instead of just doing it for fun, make things out of them, like furs or purses, you know, like let's repurpose things. That's repurposeful. So don't just kill the lion for its eyeballs because you want to put them in a glass jar for when your friends come over. You know, don't kill the elephant just for its tail. You know, use the husks and find other reasons for all of these other things. Once again, this is called Rambling in the Raw. Rambling in the Raw. And it's fun because you can talk about all sorts of different things and different purposes. And today we have me on the show, and I'm also the only one here. So it's just you and me. It's like we're on one of those like cam videos, except it's just a little bit different. I'm like your aunt. It's like talking to your crazy aunt. So yeah, you can do things like that. You know, you can find other reasons for other purposes for when you slaughter an animal. Okay, I'm gonna show everybody what I do in the morning when I wake up, besides wear my cool robe, my hat. It's so delicious. Ugh. Okay, I have this book called The War of Art, and I usually pick it up, and I open up to whatever page. Pardon moi, let me close this door. Don't look into my bedroom. I have things in there I don't want everybody to see. So when I read The War of Art, I usually pick it up and I put it up to any page and I start to read it, because with The War of Art, you can pick up any page you want, start reading it. So I usually read something and then I read about 3 or 4 sentences and then I do something else. And I have in here pictures for other things that I'm doing. Like this is going to be used in one of my episodes. I wrote down ideas. Get it? So I'm going to say I was writing down some ideas early, and it's just the word ideas. And I put these papers in here because this is my filing system. This is how I file papers. I have my social security card right here and the code to my stepdad's uncle's safe. So I have the code to that in case they lose it. This is also another way of me doing a diary for all the things that I want to talk about and whisper about. Instead of writing them down, I just put them on here. Okay. That's that book. Then, this is the other book that I'm reading. It's called Shantaram. It's got a lot of pages and a lot of words. And what I do with this is I use a bookmark. And every time I get done reading, I fast forward 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 pages, and I put the bookmark there. And then that's where I start reading the next day. So I read 1 to 2 pages a day. Then I go forward 3 pages and put the bookmark there. You get done with books 3 times as quickly with that method right there. So just read a couple pages, fast forward through the book, put the bookmark in, put it down. The next morning, read 2 or 3 pages, fast forward 3 pages. When I say fast forward, you don't read them, cut. You just flick through 3 pages. You know what the fun thing about bookmarks is? You can literally put it anywhere in the book. That's how much I've read. That's why I didn't do good in school, because I didn't ever read books. I just realized you can move the book marker and say you've read it. Okay, relax. It's just me and me. My mom is so proud of what I'm doing with my life. She's just like so proud. And I was a flight attendant, and I stood up for some causes there when I was a flight attendant, and I've worked on some projects that are pretty cool that haven't come out yet, so nobody knows about them. And then I'm doing this, and my mom is super proud of me. Not only did I evade the old ball and chain, I evaded the reproductive sites of my body too. So she's very proud. I visited the reproductive sites of my body, and I made note that nobody's supposed to enter them. Okay, this is a book that my good friend sent me. It's called Jack Canfield, and it's a book about success, okay? Blah, 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 same thing, same fight, different round. So today I went to the coffee shop, and I got this cup of coffee, and I went with a friend of mine, Isaac, and we talked. And then I knew that if I didn't do this now, when would I ever do it? And I know that people are wanting to hear from me and waiting to hear from me, just in general. So I decided that I'm gonna do these, every so often, every once in a while, just do some rambling in the raw, unedited, uncut version, or virgins. This is an unedited version of me talking. So, rambling in the raw. Who the hell thought of this? Who thought of rambling in the raw? I want to talk to the writer's room. I want to go and talk to the writer's room and figure out who decided to do this piece. Because it's just me, okay? So anyways, keep talking. I talked to my mom, and she's just really cool, and she's amazing. And, excuse me. Woo! Talked to my mom, and she's really cool, and she's amazing. And I'm gonna put these glasses on. And yeah, so I was in Indianapolis, and that's where I got this hat. So I'll put the hat on, and I'm just gonna, now I look super cool. And I got the hat at a race. It's called The Race with Cars. Not Long Beach. What's it called? Oh my God. How am I not remembering? Anyways, the Indiana car races. And they go around. It's at Speedway. So I got this hat when I went to the car races, the car race track at Speedway, on Speedway in Indianapolis. And I wore this hat maybe once or twice, and I'm wearing it now for you guys with my coffee. The problem is that I'm always talking to myself nonstop all the time. Even if other people are in the room, I still talk to myself. So I figured this would be the easiest thing for me to do. I don't have to practice. Every time I'm practicing talking to myself, I'm practicing talking to myself to talk to myself. So just talk to myself. Did that. And I always have something to say. Usually, I ponder on something negative or disruptive that's happened to me. And I think about it, and I ponder it, and then I ponder it even more, and I imagine in detail what people were doing and why they were doing it. I know down to the shoelaces that you were wearing when you yelled at me and made me feel like shit. I know everything. So usually when I'm at home, I sit on this chair and I ponder life and the injustices that have been done specifically to me. And then I try and reimagine the situation happening in a different way. I think about life and like, what am I going to do? What would I do without the internet? Like, if there's no internet, how would I be reaching you? How would you, if there's no internet, how would I know anything if there was no internet? Delicious. That sounds like a song. If there was no internet, who would I be? Oh my God. What if there was no internet? It's just crazy to me. So I also have my iPad. Okay. I can get my iPad. By the way, I'm talking for an hour today. I already decided that 59 minutes, not good enough. 59 minutes, 59 seconds, not good enough. At 60 minutes and 0 seconds, I will stop this. And I'm gonna turn my phone off so no one calls. But okay, so my phone, okay, good. Unedited, continuous talking for an hour to myself, but maybe to you. I just have to relax and realize it's just me, you know? Okay, I'm going to put on some, oh, I know what I can do. This is so fun. I'm gonna find YouTube and go ahead and relax, you guys. I mean, yeah, chill, okay? Chills Camille's. But the point of this is that I don't stop talking. That's the whole marathon of this, is that I don't stop talking. 59 minutes and 59 seconds is not good enough. 60 minutes, 0 seconds. That's good enough. Continuous talking. This is healthy for any woman that feels like she's not getting her words in for the day. I say women because they say women talk more, so they need to have more words. But it's like when you need to get your steps in for the day and you check your little watch and you realize that you didn't get all your steps in for the day. That's how women are with their words. They have to be able to get all of their words in for the day. And if they've been stuck at home on the computer, working, typing away, doing books as a secretary, or if they're doing invoices, or their kids are this way, that way, and you really haven't spoken words, you just yelled symbols and voices out to your kids to get them to be quiet. When you haven't got all your words in for the day, this is a great way to do it. And what better way for you to do it than for me to do it? Then you can see how easy it is for you to do it. You know, you just have to talk. That's all. That's all. This is a free space. There's no word police around here. There's no word jails. You could talk. Don't worry. I have this. Yeah. I have my glasses and I have my hat and I have my drink and I have my iPhone. Right now we're at 13 minutes and 32 seconds. And I love my hat. If anybody's interested in buying this hat from me, you can DM me. But if anyone's interested in using this hat for their show, or if they have company coming over, or if they're like in-laws are coming over, if their mom's coming over to see your house or your apartment for the first time and you want to do something really special for her and you really want to make the day special and right, I would recommend renting this hat from me. So I have, have the turtle. So, but anyways, as I was saying, so I've gone to the bank teller probably 200 times. I've gone to the bank teller probably 200 times in my life. I swear to God, if anybody ever talked like this much, I would want to kill them. Just so funny. I'm funny to me. Okay, so I've been to the bank teller probably 200 or so times in my life. And yeah. So, okay, how many times have I been to a garage? You mean like a garage on a house? Okay, let's think about it. From the time I was born to the day that I am right now, how many times have I been to a garage? at a house? That's a great question. Okay, so we had our house there. There's a garage there. And every day I walked into the garage, and we lived there till I was 5 or 6. And then we moved to Fremont. So, and then I lived there from 5 to 12 years old. Then I moved to Cameron Park. There was a garage there. And every day that I would come home, I'd see the garage. I'd go to the garage, right? Oh, there wasn't a garage there. I take that back. Okay, so from 0 days old, because even having to get to the house, we had to go through the garage. So from 0 days old to where I am right now, okay, no, from 0 years old to 12 years old, 13 years old, garage every day of my life, right? For 13 years times 365. Now we have to also take into account how many times a day did I go into the garage? You know, did I go in there once to get a toy, and then another time, oh, my dad would work in the garage. So oftentimes we'd go get him stuff from the house, and he was doodle daddling in there. And how many times did I do laundry? Because we had the laundry machines were in the garage. How many times did I go from the front yard to the backyard? We got to figure this out. So let's say let's be realistic here, because 0 days old, I'm not walking to and from the garage, but I did go through the garage because my parents were holding me. So we'll just say one time, up to the age of, say, 5 years old. So we'll say from 5 years old, okay? I typically would say I would typically enter the garage twice a day. We're gonna round it out, okay? We're gonna just average it out, because there's probably some days, if I was at my best friend's house, I didn't go into the garage. Some days I went once, sometimes I went 4 times. But to average this out, just for the sake of time and everybody else's, life, we'll say that from the age of 5 to 12 or 13, I went into the garage twice a day. I'm sure it was more than this if we average it out, like, honestly. But I don't have, what do I have, records of how many times I entered the garage? That's stupid. So we'll just have to average it out to twice. And then 13 to 15, actually, there was no garage there. It was a carport, and so that doesn't count, because I had said garage, not carport. So we'll skip that. We'll skip age of 13. Let's fast forward to the age of 15, because that's when my mom married my stepdad, and we moved into a house that had a garage. Every day, oh, for sure, every day I was going into that garage. I would say twice I would go into the garage, twice a day. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick it up from there. So 15 to the age of, I moved out once. I came back. It was a very short-lived situation. He remarried. I lost the kids. Okay, fine. We'll go from that in that time zone. So we'll bypass all of that. So let's pick up at the age of 19. No, 18. Because all that I just said had happened from the age of 15 to 18. I lost my job, he lost his, the kids were taken away from me. I lost custody of my 5 children, okay? So, I'm gonna take these off, because I don't need them. Okay, so, great question. How many times have I walked into a garage in my life? I'm so glad that this was asked. So let's say, 18 to 20. Man, but I lived there in Sacramento. That was Midtown Sac was after Roseville. And then I moved a couple of these other little small places. I think we're gonna have to go ahead, taking into consideration from the age of 27, 28, So at 29, I was a flight attendant till 32, no garage. So that's 3 years, no garage. 4 or 5 years, no garage. I hate saying this, but I think we're gonna have to go ahead. We're gonna have to go ahead and average out 2 days a year. I'm sorry, 2 times a year. 2 times a year. Because taking into consideration the time that there was not a garage at my house, even as an adult, even though now there is, and I definitely see it once a day, sometimes twice. Yeah, I hate to do it, but we're gonna have to go ahead and just average out to twice a day. So think about that, you know. So those are all the times, all the number of times I have walked into a garage. And the thought wasn't a garage like at a parking garage. It was a garage of a house garage. So from the age of 0 days to 5 years old, once a day for sure. And then we average it out from 5 to, I think we said 13, twice a day. We're just gonna have to average it out. Let's just say 2 times a day, every single day. Yeah, and I think we could put a cap on that conversation, that part of the conversation. We can go ahead and talk about the great things that I've done in my life. I was on a campaign for a union at an airline that I worked at, Virgin America. I campaigned for a union. I didn't help get a union because after I was fired from Virgin America, they did become unionized. And I'm sure if you talk to people, they could tell you why they became unionized. I worked at Virgin America until I got fired. And we could talk about that too. Under duress, hello. Fired me for a reason. Stupid. Okay. And what people think it was for isn't even for that, because technically what was written on the piece of paper is something different than what everybody thinks it's for. So I did that. That's really cool. I got the Holy Ghost when I was 8 years old at my Pentecostal church camp. I did not get it at the church camp. I got it at the church. Yeah, okay? Pentecostal church. I was raised Pentecostal and Jewish. Jeez, people don't know this about me. Yeah. So that was a really good thing. Oh, I wanted to put that as a joke, actually. I'm going to go on stage and I'm going to say something really weird. And whenever I can't get out of the weirdness that I put myself in, either accidentally or on purpose when I'm doing stand-up, like whenever it gets weird, my catchphrase to get me out of that is always going to be, well, one of them is going to be, when it's really weird, I'll just stop and look at them and be like, I got the Holy Ghost when I was 8 years old. Can you tell? Okay, we'll redo it again. Okay, I said something, I was like, hey guys, how many times have I ever walked into a garage every day? And they're not gonna know. And then I'll give them a number. And it's gonna be weird. And then I'll be like, I got the Holy Ghost when I was 8 years old. Can you tell? I'll be like, I got the Holy Ghost. I got the Holy Ghost when I was 8 years old. Can you tell? Oh, God. I'm going to say it however I say it. It's going to be really cool. So, anyways, so that's going to be a catchphrase that I do. And I'm also going to think about doing more acting, specifically in the realm of you know, that's what I was going to do. And so 24 minutes, cool. It's just like we're sitting on an airplane and the person next to you is giving you a wonderful conversation, and they just wonderfully talk. They talk so wonderfully. It's like you're sitting on a 6-hour flight, but you only have to listen to me for 1 hour. Isn't that great? Imagine me for 6 hours. So we could pretend like we're on an airplane, but I'm going to take my hat off because you've seen enough of it, and my vision is, I got this hat, oh my God. I got this robe and I'm wearing it. And now I'm drinking my hot cocoa. Okay. And so I have lots of books, and I've been doing some projects, and I'm trying to get everything situated and organized. So getting on a system. So when I wake up, before I start my day, I pre-day my day. I pre-day by doing either goals or I just read some of those books, actually. I just read a few pages of my books. And I listen to this one thing for my acting class, and then I do acting. That's supposed to be for an hour, and I break it down into segments of 5 minutes. I focus for about, seriously, I focus for no more than 10 minutes. But I like to say I focus for 40 minutes. So for 40 minutes, I'm focusing on my acting stuff. But within that, I'm also getting up and doing other things. So I'm focusing on my acting stuff, but I'm also getting up and I'm getting coffee and tea, and then I reheat my coffee and my tea. And then I go and I study stuff. I study my acting things, and then I think about, what is Giovanni Ribisi doing? And then I'm like, I wonder what Pearl Jam is doing. And then I'm like, what about New Kids on the Block? And then I look up people that I know on Instagram and Telegram, and I see what they're doing. But I'm also paying attention to what I'm reading, my books and acting stuff. So I do that, and I have a fake rat that I play with. Sometimes for shits and giggles, I throw a rat down on the ground and I scream like I'm afraid it's gonna get me. That's just for shits and giggles. I mean, seriously, for shits and giggles? Ew. If anybody comes over to my house ever and tries to shit and giggle in my toilet, I'll kill him. I'll shank him. You ever been shanked while you're shitting and giggling on somebody's toilet? I'll straight shank you. I'll straight shank you. Shank you. That's not being racist. I said shank you. Like shank. Okay. I can show you the world, take you da 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 on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world. That's my mating call. Okay, this is like my magic carpet ride. It's a chair, and you sit in it. It's the thinking chair. I think a lot, and I imagine things, and I pretend like they've happened. That's what I do for my day. I pre-day, and then I sit on this chair, and I imagine going to work, and I imagine what people will say to me, and I imagine getting paid, and I imagine paying my bills, and I imagine walking a dog, and I imagine I have a dog, and I imagine my boyfriend, and then I imagine sex. I imagine sex for a long time. And I imagine us fighting, and I imagine us breaking up, and I imagine it's time to go to bed. And then when I'm done imagining, it's like, oh, thank God I got that done early. I got that done before 11 o'clock. And then I don't have to do anything because it's already been done. Even though it's just in my imagination, it's already been done. You want me to act it out? So you want everything to happen twice, is what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying you want me to imagine everything in my head, in my mind. So it's been done in my head. Then you want me to go and do it. So it's going to be done twice. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense. It's like, so instead of doing it twice, then what are you going to ask me to just go do it without imagining it? So you want me to just go do something. You want me to just go to work and say hi to people and get work done and greet my boss and go to have drinks and have fun and pay bills and play with my sister's cat. You want me to actually go do that instead of imagining it first. So stupid. I mean, that like literally makes no sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, you don't like that word? Okay, fine. It figuratively doesn't make any sense. I don't stutter because I say letters and words backwards, okay? You want me to figuratively? Okay, fine. Okay, I figuratively, this is already cold. My grandma, one time I'm going to talk to you about my grandma, but not right now. This is fun. Okay, relax. 30 minutes and 49 seconds. Remember, this goes on for 59 minutes. No, 60 minutes. I talk for 60 minutes. I'm not doing my nails. Oh, God, I have allergies. I'm not doing my nails right now because it takes a lot of time and there's just money involved in all of that. I think I look better with my hat on. I didn't do my hair per se. You think I look better with my hat on? Fucking rude. I swear, oh God. I hope that this is not a waste of time, because if it is, I just wasted an hour of my life, and I am putting this on YouTube. Well, of course there's other ways to like put creative stuff out. Of course I could do a YouTube live and just talk to people, which maybe that's the next step. Whatever weirdos want to come on. Why do I do that? Because why not? You know, of course you can like market yourself better, but why? There's always another way to do something. There's always something else to do. There's always a better way to do something, but why? Why would you do that? You know? Don't try and like outdo what's already been done, because what's already been done is fine. It's happy. It's golden. It's golden grams. So I look at men like I look at trees. You know, sometimes you have to cut their limbs off so they can grow better. Sometimes I look at men like I look at men like I look at the sky, soft and blue. I look at men like I look at a roof, hard to get to and slanted. I look at men like I look at the pavement, thick and cementful. I look at men like I look at the pavement, strong, capable. I look at men like I look at the pavement, strong and can break under pressure, like with an earthquake. I lived in a lot of different places, and I had a car before, and I had lots of different things happen inside the car and around the car. And I think my favorite book that I ever read was when I was little, and it was called something, the Rag Doll. And this girl had her favorite doll that was the ugliest rag doll that no one else wanted. And that was my favorite book. And this was her rag doll, and she took it everywhere. And one day the rag doll she took the rag doll to school, and then she left it in the classroom for recess. And then all of a sudden she looked, and the rag doll was in another girl's arms, not hers. I mean, mine. Yeah, mine. And no, in the book. That's right, in the book. Okay, so her rag doll was in another girl's arms. So what she did, she knew that rag doll had already left her, on purpose left her, deceived her. this other little girl gets to hold her rag doll that no one wants. Well, people do want it because she has it. There was no choice but to take that rag doll and take that rag doll and find a place for it. She had to find that rag doll. She had to find a place for that rag doll. And what better place? You know? What? What story? What are you talking about? I'm just telling a fun story about the rag doll and like where you put her at and stuff like that. She has other places, faces. Rag dolls are fun. Everybody likes a rag doll. Who doesn't? Even Aerosmith likes rag dolls because he wrote songs about them. And rag dolls, they're fun. And so anyways, back to the story. I like that story because she got to get vengeance on the girl who took her rag doll. And in my life, at that age, 7, 8, 9, I understood. Okay, I have had people from 2 years old and on take things from me that wasn't theirs. I've given so much. Even as a child, I gave so much to people, you know, and they took advantage and they stole it. I had a business fail. I had somebody steal my apartment. Okay, I've had raids done on my apartment because people wanted to get in and get all my stuff. And that was before the age of 7. So I know what it was like to have things taken and be misplaced and put stuff down because you trust that it's going to stay there, and then all of a sudden it's not, it's taken. The IRS, the X, whoever, life, the government, ninjas, swordfish, they take these things and they don't give them back. So I very much connected to that ragdoll book, very much so, to the point where I could have written that, you know, to the point where I have already invested money into more books for children to read at that age, because a rag doll isn't enough. Let's write books about the stock market failing and what it means when the stock market plummets. And let's talk about the Great Depression. Okay, let's write books about that stuff, because not only the rag dolls, but everything. Okay? They should know about George Michael and his scandal of when he got caught in the restroom with another man. George Michael is my guy. Okay? It's that's my man. It's my boyfriend and my man at the same time. It's my Mayfriend. Boyfriend? Wait, what was I saying? Boyfriend? That's my man. That's my boyfriend. That's my man friend. I'm trying to combine 2 words together. So anyways, I'm George Michael. Love him. Love, love, love. Oh, have you guys seen that documentary? Leonard Cohen? So good. Andy Warhol? So good. Okay, back to the story. Yeah, we'll do stuff on stock market and such, and preachers, and like the good preachers and the bad preachers. What are the types of scandals that can be done in life? And let's let the children know about them so they can pre-imagine everything happening. Because we want all destruction in our heads at all times so we can plan better. Nah, just kidding, that was dumb. So, you know, you can buy stuff at different stores, do different things. And oh, hey, did I tell you about my children? We still have like 4.5 hours of this flight left. So my kids, oh God, Darren and Brody, Jason, Sylvia and Matt. I love them so much. I love Sylvia and Matt. They're my youngest, and they are about 2 years apart. And Sylvia is going on 6 years old, and Matt is therefore 4 years old. No, I'm just kidding. Matt's 8. Matt is 8 years old, and Sylvia is 6 years old. And they're my two youngest, and they're 2 years apart, obviously. And Darren is, let's say, 32. Darren's 32, and the others are right around, they're about 4 or 5 years apart, okay? So, Sylvia is just, she's just, so funny. She's so funny. Oh, did I tell you about my other kids? Oh, wait, you have to go to the bathroom? Well, you can't get up. You're right by the window. You can look out the window and see everything. Pretend like you're peeing. That's what I do. I'm in the middle seat, and the other lady's on the aisle, so you can't get up to go to the bathroom. But I hope that you like my stories. So anyways, children, oh my God, tell me all about your kids. There is nothing I love more than to sit next to somebody on a 5-hour flight and have them talk to me about their business or what they do for a living or their children. Oh my God, it's so interesting to me. People believe that other people want to hear what they have to say. That's what's amazing to me. People who talk nonstop and tell you stuff that you didn't ask about actually believe that people want to hear what they have to say. They truly think it. They think if all I can do is sit down today and tell somebody a really long story. If only I can get that done. Got to get your word count in, your word step. And this, I'm not even talking about getting your words in for the day, women. I'm talking about human beings that truly think when I get down to that airplane and I get through TSA, I can't wait to go sit on the airplane so I can talk to somebody nonstop for 5.5 hours. And they're planning it in their head, whether they subconsciously do it or consciously think, today's the day. Today I'm going to talk to somebody nonstop. I don't know who it is. I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to find out who they are and what they look like, but I'm going to talk to them nonstop. So that's what people do. The ones that are talking to you nonstop, and it's like, sometimes I'll think, okay, maybe it's a moment for them. They're insecure. They have a lot of stuff going on, or it's nervous energy, but this isn't who they really are. This person only does this once or twice in their life, so I have to give them that space. This is what I, think to myself when people just talk nonstop. But I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ, and I am going to say, I'm going to be careful here, but I'm going to say something that is in disagreement with you. I would go as far as saying that these people this is them. This is them. This is who those people are. They do this. They wake up in the morning, they get charged and energized, however they do that, coffee, whatever, walks on the ocean, egg sandwiches, whatever it is that gets them going for the day. And they're on their way to the airport, and they're thinking to themselves, I'm going to get to my destination. But side thought behind that thought that they're not letting out to the forefront is, I'm going to talk to somebody nonstop today because they need it. They need to hear me talk. Somebody's going to get their medicine. Someone's going to get, I am medicine to people. That's what they think. These people that talk nonstop, that's what they think. They think that they are your medicine or a cure for you. they think that they're the medicine. So thus they're thinking, today I'm going to cure somebody's disease. Somebody will be saved because of me. They are the Holy Ghost to the soul. That's what people that talk nonstop think. I've never met anyone who talks so nonstop-ish as the people that I've met on the airplane. No one talks as much as those people. I've never met anybody who can talk to themselves like people talk to me on the airplane. And I don't even say anything back. I just listen. But you know what I do is I go, oh, tell me more. That's what happens. That's why they keep talking to me, is because I look at them and I say, oh, tell me more. Damn, I should have thought about that before I started to say that. And then I look at them and I smile and I pull my popcorn out and I look at them. Oh, no way. Actually, oh, what a great way. That's a great way, for real. That's a great way to like get people to stop talking to you, is if you look at them and get way too interested. No! Oh my God, no! You work there? You work? Tell me everything now. Just overreact. That's a good way. Yeah, that's a good way to like get people to stop talking. But then I thought, oh, probably one of the best ways to do it, and I want to like actually try this out in a real way. I've only pretended to do it because I was joking with a friend, or I talked about it, but someone that's talking to you, just start over talking them. There was this waiter at our table, and actually I did do this. A waiter came and he just would not stop talking. I was like, this guy is on something, or he's lonely, or he's one of those people that think he's curing my disease. So I just started talking over him, and I wouldn't stop talking. I kept talking. If he was like, so blah, blah, I was like, and then I pretend like I didn't hear him, or I just kept talking, and he finally walked away. He would have walked away if I was doing that or not, because I truly think he was done talking. I have to try it on somebody. So somebody's ever talking to you and they won't stop talking, just start talking back, but not in a way that's allowing them to talk back. Just start talking nonstop. Just start talking nonstop. Do it. About anything. And not like looking away talking at your phone. Just look at them and start telling them a story. And do not stop. Do not stop your story. No matter what they're doing and no matter how much they're talking. Don't stop. So, 48 minutes and 4 seconds. What time do we stop? Not before 60 minutes and 0 seconds. Getting our words in for the day. Getting our words in, words. So what does not count as words is to say the word over and over and over again. You can't be like, I'm just going to say word for 500,000 times. No, you have to actually have conversations or words other than words. That's not creative. You don't get to do that. Okay. You can't just say, well, I'm going to get my words in today. Words, You can't do that, okay? You got to have the right thing to say at the right time. And when you're by yourself, and you're talking to yourself, saying the right thing at the right time is imperative. You don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing, the wrong time, when you're by yourself. Okay? That's the last thing that you want to do. You don't want to do that. You don't want to say to yourself, oh, sorry. Oh, this. Oh, no, no, no. Okay? When you're by yourself, you think for yourself, you do for yourself, you talk to yourself. That's all. Okay? So, words of affirmation, getting your words in for the day, word count, you know, it's all in, it's that is what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah. It's as simple as that, really. It's as simple as Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 2022. 2020 motherfucking two. Yeah, so I got this hat with a friend. So I went to the racetrack and saw cars, all kinds of cars, and they were zooming, zoom, 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 zoom. I saw police officers, I saw pedestrians, I saw mothers and fathers and children and clouds and the sky and my shoes and my feet and sunglasses and yummy food and pizza bites and race car tracks. Race car. So I saw that and I got this hat. And I saw benches, and I sat down on a bench, and I watched the cars go by super fast. I saw the racetrack, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, racetrack. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So, honestly, yep. Honestly, that is it. That is it. You know that song, Chicago? So when you see me walking by and the tears are in my eyes, look away, baby, look away. My beat is on beat. And it da-da-da-da-da. And I don't know what to say. Look away, baby, wait, don't look away. Don't look at me, I don't want you to see me this way. So if you see me walking by and the tears are in my eyes, look away, baby, look away. On the streets of May, and I don't know what to say. Make a way, baby? No, look away. Don't make a way. You're not God. What are you, a waymaker? How do you know he's a waymaker? Tell me, what has he done for you? So that's a great song. I love that song, Chicago. Oh, Boston, Chicago, Boston, Chicago, Boston, Boston, Chicago, Netherlands. The air is very, I have allergies. Keep talking. That's the thing. You can't not talk. This video is not for relaxing. I'm not supposed to just sit here and relax. I have to keep talking. Otherwise, I just sit here and not talk. But this is about getting our words in for the day, okay? Just like people get their steps in for the day, getting our words in. Keep it going. Keep it going. Come on. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. There's lots of songs I love to sing. I love all kinds of music too. The Entertainer. Da 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 da. My hair's itching my skin. Oh, it's itchy, witchy. I like Scott Joplin, The Entertainer. they used to play that song when I was a little kid, and I would dance to it in my house, in my living room, on the record player, not on the record player. Scott Joplin was being played on the record player. And one time I fell asleep. I used to fall asleep in a robe. I would get out of the shower, out of the bath, and I would put a robe on, and I would sleep in our clothing hamper. And I was weird. I was weird. I was so weird. And I fell asleep in the clothing hamper one day, and I woke up, and the neighbor, like there was two kids, we played with the neighbors, and the husband and wife were over taking pictures of me. And then I fell back asleep. I was so tired. And then I woke up and I was like, were they taking pictures of me? And no one has ever fessed up to it. But I know what happened. This was yummy, yummy. Chocolate, 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 chocolate goose. Chocolate goose. Ugh, I eat so much sugar and carbs that I'm like skinny fat. And I need to eat more protein. Or I just need to eat better, because I get on a habit or whatever of eating like pastries. I'm like, oh, I'll just have one more pastry and then another one. Even though I don't eat a full one in one day, though I did a few days ago, and I was like, uh-oh, you know what I mean? So I picked some sand up and I swished it around my mouth to try and, I was sanding my mouth. I was exfoliating my mouth with sand. Oh, yes. Would that work, to exfoliate your body with sand? I wonder if people that go to the beach a lot and swim in the water have smooth skin from the sand, because it exfoliates. It's like salt. I made it up, but you know, okay, 56:40. I have to pee so bad, but I'm not going to, because I'm talking until 60 minutes, and this felt so easy. I could do this for 4 hours. So, okay, that's a good song. I like Linda Ronstadt. What will I do to you to call my friends? Linda Ronstadt's gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my eyes at you. That's not Linda Ronstadt. Duh. George Michael's good. Elton John is good. I love like all kinds of good music. I love like Kaiser Chiefs are super cool. I like Pearl Jam is like really, really cool. Chris Cornell is like super cool. Like Nirvana is like really, really cool. And who am I thinking of? There's lots of good bands, just because I was gonna say not. I can't remember the name of the band. It's not that band, but I always think it's that band. Not Kaiser Chiefs, not Beck, but they are good. Who did that one song? It's like such a long intro. Oh my God, I don't want to look. I could look and figure it out, but I don't want to. It's not Beck. It's not Kaiser Chiefs. It's not Postal Service. It's the potential of you and me. Da 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 da. Ah, God! All this potential of you and me. Oh my God! Now my mind is fucking with me, and I have a minute and 15 seconds, so I have to figure it out. I have to look on my Pandora. Oh, I took my Pandora off. Potential of Death Cab for Cutie. Okay, Death Cab for Cutie is such a great band, and I love that song when it has like the longest intro. Now I have to try and remember how the song goes. I have less than a minute. I'm not talking though. I'm supposed to keep talking. Special, and then now I keep going to the other song. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a winner. My neighbors can hear everything that's happening. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I'm a creep.
belong here. Death Cab for Cutie. You find love.
I will possess your heart